I can't hear it.
Oh, you're not going to hear the song. You know why? Because it's in my ears. I have the earphones on. Hey!
Hey, honey.
Do you want to do it again? Just for the people.
Yeah,
You can't.
have to play it again. Come on now. Am I off beat?
No, weirdly, you were on beat. So Michael can't hear the music. He was just boozing.
So I don't have us live on Facebook right now.
I'm connected. Well, now I'm curious. Who's here, Michael?
I don't know because I can't go live. Oh, there I am. Hey! We're on the Facebook. Hi!
You know, we're starting on. Hey, this. Well, I mean, why should I introduce you when there's no? Well, we have some people here. Hi, people that are here. Who's here, Michael?
I guess we have one person here. That would be me.
I see 4 people.
Oh, well then, guess what?
I see David Andrew Peterson, who says, "We see you." Hey.
Hey, David.
He says, "We see you."
David and husband.
And Barbara Haas. Hey, Babs.
It's so funny that you get to see all that, and I don't.
Zelma's here. You know, it's always a party when Zelma arrives.
I need people to comment. I need people to say things. And
people are commenting. That's how I see it. How are you not seeing the comments?
I don't know.
Oh, this is going to be...
And see, tell me if you see it.
Okay. I'm going to drink a sip of my luscious drink, which is a gin and tonic. Yes, I see you. You said, "Hey, you." Yeah. Here, look on the screen. There you are. Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all. All right. So I don't know what's happening with my thing tonight. It's very weird. I've got like 12 people watching, but right now it's growing. But I can't see who people are.
I'm sorry, but
I'm going to be interrupted by Sebastian. Keep talking, Michael. Be entertaining.
So, hey, everybody. I'm Michael Shepard. That's my amazing husband, Hutchins Foster. We are boozing with gays.
Take a really, really close look because I feel there's nothing.
I have to go parent.
Oh, you have to go parent.
And my eye is just...
Okay, so our son Sebastian has something in his eye. You should probably do it on camera. It's much more fun when you do it that way. So anyway, for those of you who don't know, normally Hutch and I are in the same room. And for those of you who don't know, Hutch is in Los Angeles and I am in Montgomery, Alabama. I am here because I'm doing Little Shop of Horrors at Alabama Shakespeare Festival. And there's our youngest, Max. Max, come say hi to me. Sneak in, Max. I need my co-host. So
Maxwell, did you hear your dad once you?
Oh, he does? I can't hear him.
He can't hear because they can't hear. Find the pronoun. They can't hear because you're in my ear and not loud. So Maxwell, do you want to say hello to people? Here's the microphone.
Max, hello.
Hi.
I love that you're wearing a mask in the house. That makes me just
Technology sucks. Agreed. Is that Patrick? Yeah, agreed.
What did you say?
Agreed.
Oh.
Agreed. All right.
Oh.
So,
somewhere on there. I'm gonna leave now.
There seems to be a lot of hullabaloo in your house tonight.
And it was really interesting. I did all the things. I settled them. I had the dogs in the thing. I had the one kid over here, the one kid over there. Sebastian did a thing where he started rubbing his eye. So now it's inflamed red. I kept saying, "Stop rubbing your eye. So just put a compress on it. Wash it out with water." You know how Sebastian is, and he starts picking at things. He's in there monologuing about this eye right now.
As our kid does. Our kid loves to monologue.
He's doing it right now.
So, all right, take a breath.
And not only that, he's yelling. He's yelling about. Can you hear him at all? Maybe it's. Yeah.
So just take a breath.
Take a breath. I'm actually. You know what? I'm in a good space. I'm in a really good space.
Let's zen this shit out, shall we?
Let's do it. Well, okay. Well, I'm going to jump in.
All right. Read the fair use statement. He's super yelly.
Sebastian's just going to exclaim all throughout the show. All right, fair use. Excerpts of copyrighted material may, under certain circumstances, be quoted verbatim for purposes such as criticism, news reporting, teaching, and research without the need for permission from or payment to the copyright holder. Ta-da! Fair use.
That's the truth. All right,
Michael.
online now. I'm right here, I think.
Mi-
Hey, Patrick,
Mike.
good to see y'all. Honey, this has been a week.
Oh,
Have some
well,
good time.
I haven't played that banner in ages. Here,
It's been a week.
it's.
I've been away from home for just over a week. Like I said, John here in Alabama doing Little Shops of Horrors. And so I went to the store today to buy the gin and the tonic and the whole thing. And I forgot to get a lime, so I have an orange slice in mine. And it's actually quite delicious.
It's delicious.
It is delicious.
I do have a lime in mine, however.
Because you're fancy. You're a fancy. You're a fancy homosexual. What you
I
are.
don't know that I.
Fancy gays with their limes.
Oh, wait, you said it's been a week. How's it been a week? What's happened?
That's just I've been.
Seriously?
Maxwell didn't do anything.
No, she left my door open from my door to the back.
Sebastian.
We
No
What
one
was-
can hear you.
what?
You're doing a Hitler laugh again.
Can you talk, Michael?
Can you hear me now?
Oh, I can't. Did you hear Sebastian? He's like banging around, hitting doors, yelling and screaming. I'm like, oh wow, we're like, it's totally a mammoth play up in here.
Hitler laugh again.
Tell Sebastian I said one more outburst and the computer goes away for a week.
Oh, do you know what Dad just said? He's not listening.
All right. All right. So we read the thing.
I don't
Can I-
want to parent right now. I want to have fun with you. That's the thing.
All right. I know. It's been a week. We're
We're gonna have to cut 5 segments as it is because. Okay, come on, be interesting. So it is Black History Month, Michael.
It is Black History Month, and I have to tell you this.
Yes.
I have a little quiz for people.
Oh my goodness.
I think you should bring up some questions that I have for people, and I want you all to answer these questions in the comment section, please. If
Do you want them to answer even if they don't know? Like even
Even if
just
you
kind
don't
of
just put an answer down.
put an answer down. I will even put an answer down. So here we go. This is question number 1 that Michael set up earlier. Name 2 things which the states are forbidden to do by the United States Constitution. Name 2 things which the states are
Name
forbidden
2
to do.
States are forbidden to do by the United States Constitution. Write that down. Tell me what you think that is, shall you? There's that blowing of the nose again. All right, second question.
Well, I answered my question.
All right, second question.
I wrote sedition and pornography. Is that right?
Nice. The second question.
Wait, we're gonna go. I'll do it. Wait, are we doing? See, we're doing. Look in the comment section. It says that I did it. Like answered it 5 times. It's very funny. You want to do the second question?
Second question.
Okay. Here's the second question. How may the county seat be changed under the Constitution of your state? I
Repeat.
think I know that.
How may the county seat be changed under the Constitution of your state? Answer that question, please. Tell me what you think. I'm just curiouser and curiouser what you think.
There, I answered that one.
All right. Third.
I wrote by voting the asshole out. Is that right?
Yeah.
Do I win?
Third question.
Here's the third question.
How many bubbles are in a bar of soap?
Oh, that's easy. I got that one.
Answer that question. How many bubbles are in a bar of soap? All right.
Answer. Fourth question.
Fourth question.
Last one.
How many seeds are in a watermelon?
Oh, that's a harder one.
I'm curious to see what your answers are. Well, I don't think I'll ever get to see. For whatever reason, I won't see the answers on my end, sadly.
Well, 2 people said 0. I don't know if that's about the watermelon or about the bubbles in soap.
All right.
And
so you're probably wondering why I'm asking you. So I went to the.
Ira wrote something I think we should put down. This is a bit significant. There we go. Ira says.
No fucking clue. All right. So you're wondering why I'm asking these questions. I went to the Legacy Museum. The Legacy Museum is here in Montgomery, Alabama, and it is all about Black folks' slavery on before and up till today. And these are 4 actual questions that were on the register to vote in this state exam. This exam has questions like no one could answer, and it was only provided for the Black citizens of the state to be able to vote. They were asked to, giant jar of jelly beans. They were asked to tell people how many jelly beans were in the jar. If you got an incorrect answer, you could not vote. So I'm saying to you now, please, please, please exercise your right to vote, because there was a time when people had to guess how many bubbles were in a bar of soap during Black History Month. Black History Month. Look at that. So those are the things that we've had to go through for years and years and years and years and years to vote. So please, 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 please use your vote and use it wonderfully well, because we don't want to go back to these times right there that we had to figure out how many seeds are in a watermelon.
Well, what if it's a seedless watermelon? I find that.
Well, there's seeds in a seedless watermelon, which is crazy.
I mean, what? I don't even. There's no answers. There are how many bubbles in a bar of soap? There's no bubbles in a bar of soap.
Aren't they?
That's
though?
ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. When you like lather it up and you set it down, there's like 43 bubbles.
But that's not in the soap. That's a chemical reaction once the soap is activated by water. I would have been.
So there's 0 bubbles in a bar of soap until you activate it.
But the thing is, the point was that there was no right answer. They were supposed to get those answers wrong.
No right answer.
I'm going to talk to Sebastian again. Keep talking.
All right. So, it's so funny. So, I want you all to look at this picture, especially my Black folks. Black folks, where you at? What day of the week is it? Looking at this picture for Black History Month. What day of the week is it? Because I think I can tell you. It is Saturday night, and y'all about to get that kitchen cleaned up. And for those of you who don't know what the kitchen is this part in the Black folks' head right here that can get a little tangled. And you need to have that hot comb doing all that good stuff in the back to lay it fried, dyed, and laid to the side. And I want to apologize. Our son is having a bit of a moment. For those you know, our son's special needs, and sometimes it happens. Sometimes he has to go off and do his little thing and be sort of just, purely Sebastian. And so that is what Hutch is dealing with right now. He is being purely Sebastian, and Hutch is wonderfully doing it. And I want to move forward.
How dare you say I'm a good parent?
Huh?
How dare you say I'm a good parent? I'm a bad parent who drinks.
I'm already almost out of my first one.
Here's your other image. What about that image? What do you want to talk about that?
Just a little bit about history. Did y'all know that the Viewmaster was created by a Black man? Charles Harrison. There's your moment in Black history.
Here's another moment in Black history. You want another one?
Yes. Who is that? Who is that? That looks like Johnny Mathis. Is that Johnny Mathis on a FaceTime call with me?
Oh my God.
Johnny Mathis FaceTime.
Oh my God.
Johnny Mathis. Johnny Mathis, undoubtedly one of the greatest singers of our time, FaceTimed me and talked.
Are you going to give more information, or just do you want us all to say, oh, Michael, you're so lucky and so cool? Or is there a point to this whole story?
The point is Johnny Mathis FaceTimed me. That's the point. All right, so my friend Laura Knapp, Lala, was working his show, and he has sent me little things. We've been trying to go see this show. I'm pouring more gin and some tonic. And we've been trying to see his show for years now. Each time something's come up, I'm working or whatever. And this time, normally he sends me like a little note or he says something and da-da-da-da. This time he FaceTimed me, and I took a little picture. And I got giddy as a schoolgirl. I got giddy because it was Johnny fucking Mathis. It was Johnny Mathis.
It's cool.
It's so cool. It is so cool. I'm really sad I can't see any comments. I don't know why. this time.
Well, it is kind of strange.
Because it worked perfectly. Yes, wait. I wonder if I go like to a different thing. And you know it's weird? I am like about 2 minutes behind on my Facebook. That's really crazy.
It's not really. All right, we're going to move forward because you have a special person to talk about.
I want to talk about this person. Show the picture. That is William Dorsey Swan, that big, beautiful, sexy queen. For those of you who don't know who William Dorsey Swan is, William Dorsey Swan was the original queen. William Dorsey Swan was born into slavery, and in coming out of slavery as a younger man, realized that he wasn't like some of the other younger men in during slave times, and he actually became friends with two other men during that time whose names escape me right now. And they started, once they were freed and they moved away from they moved to New York, they started doing drag balls. They used to get dressed, all these men would get dressed up in drag and would have these balls, and they would dance and they would do all these things. And he would get arrested and he would fight. He was one of the first civil rights persons for queer people there ever was. And it was a black former slave who did this. So when y'all watch these little movies like Stonewall, where the little white Twinkie boy throws the brick for the first time, no, it was people like William Dorsey Swan and Marsha P. Johnson who threw the first brick, allegedly. Threw the first brick at Stonewall, as people have said, threw the first one. I wasn't there, I don't know, but I'm gonna believe that it was Marsha P. Johnson who did that. These are the queens we are celebrating through Black History Month and Queer Pride Month and every other month. That is who we should be celebrating. Let's move forward. Thank you, Black gay people. Love y'all.
All right. What do Jurassic Park, Eve's Bayou, Brokeback Mountain, The Shining, there's one more, and Broadcast News have in and My Fair Lady have in common? I'm going off of memory too.
With the exception of Eve's Bayou, they all had white people in them.
These were films that were accepted into the Library of Congress in 2018. Every year, there is a list of 25 films that are accepted into the Library of Congress for various reasons. And they try to make it diverse. And they're getting, interestingly, I looked at the list this year and it was like Sounder. And they're trying to kind of make it more diverse, not just have like Jurassic Park and you know, My Fair Lady, but then those as well as others. One more film was in that mix, and I'm going to play it for you.
Oh.
This is a film that is called Something Good, Negro Kiss, and it's 20 seconds long. I'm going to give you a date before we start watching this. I think it was 1898. Yeah, 1898. And it was 1898.
Pride Edition.
Hmm?
This is Black History Pride Edition.
So this was found fairly recently. But read the little name in the corner. It's kind of amused me. But this is 20 seconds. There's no sound. It's in the original kind of format. Yay! No, you're not. You're going to be fine. Tomorrow, everything's going to be good. Sebastian, I'm still working, please. And what did you think?
That was beautiful.
So at that time period, you can imagine any black representation on screen was white people in blackface or comedic reaction or using, very big stereotypes. It was nothing like, just a nice intimate moment between two people. They think this might be the first intimate moment on film between two black people, which I think is really cool. So along with Jurassic Park and The Shining in 2018, they accepted this film, which I just think is the coolest thing in the world.
I love it. So speaking of films,
yes,
Oscar, what do you think?
Oh, the Oscar nominations. Well, that was, I liked a lot of it, I have to say. You know, last year when we've been dealing with this, not dealing with, we've been kind of luxuriating maybe a little bit with, you know, Parasite and Minari and you know, these kind of foreign films and foreign actors and actors of color and kind of a diversity going into the Oscars. And it's, I think they've done a fairly good job at trying to rebrand themselves. This year, you know, it might not be as racially diverse in the acting category, but we have a Japanese film that is nominated for Best Picture, for example. Drive My Car. I think that's cool. We have Penelope Cruz speaking Spanish as a lead actress contender. That is crazy cool. So there's, within all this, there's some really cool nominations. What do we got? Denzel. I mean, it's his 10th nomination, more than any other Black actor. Very
serving it.
You didn't see Coda, but Troy Kotsur is the first deaf male actor to be nominated. I thought he was so freaking excellent. He absolutely shot. I was like, oh my God, who is this person? And you know him.
I do. He's an amazing Los Angeles theater actor. Worked with Deaf West, and it's just a brilliant performer, and I can't wait to see it. Maybe I'll watch it tonight after this.
Watch Coda, and then I'm thrilled. I want to see Flea. I'm really thinking that will be a cool thing to see, because that was nominated for Best Foreign Film, Best Animated Film, and Best Documentary. I mean, when have there ever been a film nominated in 3 categories like that? It's
I don't know.
Incredible.
The film we're going to make, the animated docu-film commercial, I don't know. Jen is not good for me.
I honestly don't know which. Okay, so this is my question. I had a question for you along these lines.
Yeah.
Kenneth Branagh, we're going to go to him real quickly. He was nominated for Belfast, right? And he was nominated for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Original Screenplay. So that's 3 nominations in 3 different categories. He now holds the record for being nominated in more categories than any other person ever in the Academy Awards. He's been in 7 different categories. So aside from Best Picture, Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, what other categories do you think he's been nominated in?
So wait, director,
Director, Picture, Best Original Screenplays this year.
Well, actor, that's 4.
So Best Actor, yes.
Best Supporting Actor.
Best Supporting Actor, yes.
That's 5.
Best Actor was for Henry V. Best Supporting was My Week with Marilyn. I even have information from her.
Then number 6 would be...
One you might not get.
Huh?
One you're probably not going to get.
Sound.
I'm going to throw in Best Live Action Short Film for Swan Song, which unfortunately I do not know. And I'll just give you the last one. And Best Adapted Screenplay for Hamlet. So, Kenneth Branagh.
That's a lot of awards. Has he ever won?
No.
See, well, there you go.
But nominated, that's his record. He's been nominated in more categories than anyone else.
I know.
What did anything stick out for you? You want to talk about Ariana DeBose? I'm pretty sure.
Two things. Is David C. Nichols with us?
I don't know.
Check and see if David C. Nichols, because he's going to love this part. So,
and Klaus Farley is here. Very cool.
And
look what she said about Troy. Troy is local and awesome.
And Klaus has worked with Troy. I know.
Well, I got to say, Anne, she said there were too many great movies not nominated. I think I'm getting very jaded. I don't know that I like some of the movies.
Okay, so.
Although this one, how about this one right here? Jennifer Lee Warren.
Is a racist, creepy piece of crap. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't get. Did anyone who's watching this right now, did they like Licorice Pizza? Because I watched it and went, I don't know why this is. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. And there are the racist moments that Jennifer's talking about, which are absolutely true.
I did not like it at all.
Who am I looking for in the? Your sister's here.
Hey, Lynn. No, I want to see if David C. Nichols is here because I want to talk about this. Because David C. Nichols was the one who kept saying that she should be nominated over Gaga, and she was. Kristen Stewart.
Yes.
Ariana DeBose, 2 queer women.
Yeah.
One best supporting, 1 lead actress. If they were to both win, well, I think Ariana DeBose is going to win as the first.
She seems to be in the lead of all these things. Yeah.
As the first, Black Latina, who's just going to take it. Because I looked at that category, I'm like, they would have.
No, I didn't see the movie. You thought she was quite amazing, right?
I hated the movie, but I loved her.
You loved her.
Yes, I did not like West Side Story, but I
now you have not seen Spencer for Hire though.
Diana Spencer for
Hire, which would be a great mashup. I really would like to see.
I want to see that.
Lady Di as an agent. That would be tremendous.
I think it's fantastic.
But you've not seen it yet. Now, do you have preconceptions about Kristen Stewart playing Diana at all?
I don't know. I mean, a casting director once told me that. Hello, son.
Dad just said hello.
Hi, Nana.
You can't hear him because he's only in my ear.
Oh. Tell Dad to talk about Donald Sterling. If
he can hear you.
I can hear you.
You just can't.
Do you want to talk about Donald Sterling?
I don't know who that is.
Oh. Well, when I looked him up, his picture, he looked pretty ugly. No offense.
Okay, wave to everyone else and say hi.
Hello.
Rita just gave you a bunch of hearts.
Oh. Hey, Rita. Let me know if you know anyone by Donald Sterling.
Anyone? Is he a musician?
I don't know who he is, but Angry Grandpa talked about him.
Oh.
Saying that
Angry
he used
Grandpa.
to like him or whatever. Talking about politics, I don't know.
I don't know who Don Sterling is.
I don't know who it is either. But I just figured out how to see.
Rita says call her.
Oh. Okay.
And your cousin Jessica says hello too. And Selma says hi.
Hey, Nilda. I can see folks now. Yeah.
Hi.
All right. So but what would it be if like 2 queer women won?
Well, I wanted to back up to Kristen Stewart real quickly because I saw Spencer for Hire, Spencer Gun for Hire. I saw it yesterday and I liked it. I really liked this film. Tell me if anyone liked or disliked the movie. I can totally see people disliking it. It's like the least romanticized version of the Royals I've ever seen. Like take The Crown and then multiply it like cragginess times 10. But there was something about the music and the disturbing, like it got me into a mindset and I just appreciated it. And I thought, and the movie is her. She's in practically every frame. So I was impressed, and I didn't know I would be impressed.
Well, okay, but we both watched Gucci, and we both watched Gaga and Gucci. And there were some beautifully commanding moments that Lady Gaga had. I just was like, overall.
It was sort of a TV film for me. Like it felt like, it was fun. It was like popcorn. I didn't get bored by any means. I mean, Jared Leto was in a fat suit.
Jared Leto was in a different movie. Let's be clear. Jared Leto was in a totally different movie, child. No. All right, so is there one that you'd like to? Oh, you know what I watched yesterday? Nightmare Alley. What in the white baby Jesus was that?
Did you watch the whole thing?
Yes, I watched the whole thing. Now, the last 20 minutes I thought was great. I love the last 20 minutes.
It was sort of like, here's a movie over here, and then we're going to go way over here. And then, Kate Blanchett's entering. Yeah, it was a bit all over the place.
Kate Blanchett shows up, and I was like, oh, now I can watch it. Because,
she was like 45 minutes into the movie. She didn't arrive, she was out of it for quite some time.
She is the perfect person for that time frame.
Well,
wears those wigs and the waves.
So technically, I think it is a film noir because it's based off of an older movie. Yeah. And I think and I think Kate Blanchett sort of can epitomize that film noir energy. Is she good? Is she bad? Is she gonna fuck him up? Is she gonna make love to him? You just don't know where any of it's gonna go.
But we got to see Bradley Cooper's penis.
Shh! Don't tell everyone.
If you watch it, you get to see Bradley Cooper's penis, but you have to stop it.
You have to freeze frame.
You have to freeze frame it like 30 or 40 times. Click, click. Remember when they used to have those like seconds? Like you could do like 1 second, another second, another second. They don't do that anymore. It's hard.
So Jennifer Lee Warren said that Spencer for Hire is born and Jennifer Hudson was robbed. I'm not saying Jennifer Hudson shouldn't have been nominated, but I don't think I would have put it in place of Kristen Stewart. This might be unpopular, I might have bumped out Jessica Chastain for Jennifer Hudson.
Probably.
Popular?
You know,
Unpopular?
You know me. I am not.
The Tammy Faye movie just didn't really do it for me. I hate to say. I wasn't really that.
You know, I love me some Hudson when she's singing.
No, she's singing. Yeah, she was quite amazing.
In the acting camp for Jennifer Hudson. Just not. Yeah. But I gotta tell you. But there's some
Bernard K. Addison says backstage at A Noise Within is saying hi.
Hey, Noise Within. Love it. Y'all. Okay, so A Noise Within, they are doing some show. They're doing a show right now. And y'all need to go and get your tickets. Get your tickets.
What's the show? Do you know off the top of your head?
What?
What is the show?
That's the problem. Bernard K. Addison's in it. Bernard, tell us what the show is. I'm just going to say this. It's one of my favorite theater companies in Los Angeles. Their work there is just actually so brilliant. And it's a Shakespeare show, and I can't remember the name of it. It's one of those. So y'all go support our friend Bernard K. Addison, who's here weekly. Go support his work. I would be there, but of course I'm out of the town. So y'all, Hutch just left again. That means Sebastian's acting out. He's trying to be a good parent.
No, I'm getting ice.
Oh, he's getting ice. Well, that's sad. I thought it was something. All right. So, by the way, just go support Los Angeles theater. Go support theater right now. If you're comfortable to go to a space where there's live theater playing, go and support it.
So, Michael, I got to jump ahead, my love.
Can we talk about the Razzies for a second?
Well, very quick. Maybe you can get on it and off it, and then we're moving forward. Razzies came out. Go, Michael.
My favorite thing about the Razzies, and
I know what it
is that the only thing I'm sad about is that the Wigs and Dear Evan Hansen didn't get nominated. We can move on.
Well, I know my favorite thing about the Razzies is Bruce. One of the categories is which is the worst Bruce Willis movie this year, and there's 7 movies. I couldn't have told you Bruce Willis was in 7 movies. Who knew?
The only reason I know Bruce Willis was in a movie this year because it's in the front of the red box. I go to the Albertsons, I'm picking up my medication. There's a red box machine right there, and there's a Bruce Willis movie. That's the only reason I knew.
I'm backtracking to Bernard K. Addison. All's well that ends well.
I knew it was Shakespeare, and I couldn't remember what it was.
Well, at least you knew it was Shakespeare. That was good. Good. We're jumping ahead to Joe Rogan, my love, because, well, who is in the news more these days? Bum, bum, bum.
See, okay. You want to play that clip? I've not seen this clip yet.
Well, we're going to do this first. I mean, the whole thing started because it really is Neil Young. Neil Young started the avalanche that is right now happening with Joe Rogan.
And here's the funny thing.
What?
Who under 40 know who the fuck Neil Young is? But it took one older than us to start this shit going.
So Neil Young was pissed off at Spotify because they paid Joe Rogan $100 million. I said that correctly, $100 million for the Joe Rogan Experience to move over to Spotify to be the platform. And Neil Young's like, yeah, but he is giving a lot of misinformation about COVID. That doesn't sit well with me. I'm taking my music. To which Joni Mitchell said, doesn't sit well with me either. I'm taking my music.
Both of which had polio as children and got the vaccine actually saved them.
No, that's not the correct answer.
Okay, I'm wrong.
Well, no, but I think because what I read was both of them, they're both Canadians born, and they both got polio, and they got polio before the vaccine was available. So what I thought I understood was that because they didn't get the vaccine and it wasn't available, which is why why it's so important that they want everyone to get the COVID vaccine. That's kind of how I read it.
Got it. Okay. That's okay. I've been in rehearsal, so you got more information. Thank you.
So this brings us to the lovely India Ari. I'm not going to set this up. I have a clip for you. It is what she put, I believe, on what did she put on TikTok, Michael? I think
it was on Instagram.
Instagram. And we get to the point where Joe Rogan says the N-word numerously. And I'm not going to say what word we use, Michael. I'm going to let them experience it.
But okay, can I just say this real quick?
Yeah.
Remember the first time we saw India Ari?
No.
And saw we were like, who the hell is that? Do you remember that?
I said no.
We were watching the Oprah Winfrey show. The Big O. And
this is doing is slowing down the fast pace I was building to show this clip.
India Ari.
No, I have nothing against India Ari. I think her music is awesome, and I like her message. I like how she presents herself. There's so much about her that I think is so empowering and lovely. And anyway, so where she gets to the point where Joe Rogan is dropping a lot of N-bombs, and Michael and I thought better, because we don't want to get censored, and very possibly we would be. So we replaced it with a different word you'll hear. But that's less the point than the whole message. Here's India Ari.
Hey, y'all. I want to leave a short message here about why I decided to ask my music be pulled off of Spotify. So check this out.
And the guy goes, okay. I goes, is that in a good neighborhood? He's like, oh, yeah. Guy barely speaks English. He takes us there. We get out, and we're giggling. Oh, we're going to see Planet of the Apes. We walk into Planet of the Apes. We walked into Africa, dude. We walked in the door, and there was no white people.
Spotify is built on the back of the music streaming. So they take this money that's built from streaming and they pay this guy $100 million, but they pay us 0.003% of a penny. Just take me off. Again, this is why. Watch this.
Saying the word
ninja.
You've already said
ninja.
Is just like
ninja.
Saying
ninja.
It's calling you a
ninja.
Like this boy that he's a
ninja.
But starts calling them
ninjas.
Word.
Ninja.
There should be a word like
ninja.
Especially like the word
ninja.
That's our
ninja. Ninja.
He says
ninja.
Ninja. And then
ninja.
I want to be clear, in no uncertain terms, where I stand on this is that he shouldn't even be uttering the word. Don't even say it under any context.
So I don't know if I read this correctly, but the last thing she said, he said he shouldn't be uttering the word. And when she said shouldn't, did you hear how it caught in her throat? She was like, she shouldn't, like it was. And I got to say, when I went through that and I replaced the word, I felt really gross afterwards. I hated that I had to listen to that over and over again just to get this clip up. But I thought the clip was important because this man, Joe Rogan, used this word for I don't know how many years, 10 years, something like that. And I don't know I got to say, from the clip, we don't know context. But like what India Ari said, it's not his word to use.
It is not any white person's word to use. Period.
So Spotify goes, oh, wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Let us look at these episodes that we bought for $100 million. I hear now that they've yanked up to 100 episodes, Michael. It was 70 episodes. I think they're up to 100 episodes. That's got to hurt their wallet. They've got to be like, ow.
What does that say? In the dark of the night, they've taken away all these episodes. I mean, and there's other episodes that are just...
You don't have to go far. I was watching something. I was actually looking for stuff about his kind of the COVID deniership and him bringing people on would that do the miscommunication and the people talking about, and when he said the thing about, well, you know, if you're 21 and healthy, you don't need to get a shot. You know, you're probably going to be fine. How many 21 years old or parents of 21 years olds to go, hey, you don't need to get the shot. I don't need to get the shot. And then they got COVID or they passed COVID on to someone else who died or whatever. I just think that it's the most irresponsible thing to be on a public platform and tell someone not to do something that is health related for the whole. It is,
okay,
it's incredibly.
It is like Trevor Noah said this, and he says, "Oh, it's not racist as long as it's used for entertainment. As long as we tell a funny joke about a bunch of niggers,
well, I'm glad you brought up Trevor Noah, because Jon Stewart, which I have a video, you don't know about this. This is the last minute entry. Jon Stewart came out in support of Joe Rogan. He's admitted that he knows Joe. I think he thinks Joe's a good guy, maybe, or something like that. And he's sort of
I know a whole bunch of racists who are considered good guys.
And this is what John said on his show about this whole thing.
These are shifting sands. And I think I get concerned with, well, who gets to decide what that, I mean, in the Iraq War, I was on the side of what you would think on the mainstream is misinformation. I was promoting what they would call misinformation, but it turned out to be right years later. And the establishment media was wrong.
John, don't scratch your armpit while you're talking in public. That's number one. Number two, I have been a Jon Stewart fan. I have liked watching Jon Stewart. I loved his commentary on life, and yet I am so anti what he said there. I am so anti what he said there.
I just want to know why white people are bending over backwards to be allowed to say the word nigger.
Well, that's a good question.
That's all I want to know. Why are white folks bending over fucking backwards to use the word nigger?
Well, they'll ban the bluest eye and mouse, but then you can't. But they still want to use the word. The whole thing is so confusing.
Historically, now there are states that won't talk about race and slavery and this systemic racism, but they're gonna fight tooth and motherfucking nail, die on a hill to say the word nigger, only because it has been taken back. And I know some people disagree with this, but it's been taken back by a community and is used as, in certain ways, as a loving term for other people. That's my nigga.
Well, also, I think there's a human nature thing attached. When you take anything away from someone, they all of a sudden want to do it. You know, they all say, "Oh, but I want to do that." Like, it's sort of a.
But it's intrinsically set within white people. If white people are told they can't do something, they have to do it. You have to wear a mask. I ain't wearing no fucking mask. You need to exercise more and eat vegetables. I ain't wearing.
Well, but if I can go back to Jon Stewart,
if a black person tells him that, shit. And this is not all white people. I know some white people. I know some very lovely white people.
Who?
I do. In fact, I married one. No, it's just, come on, y'all. And I think y'all need to talk. I'm getting some more booze.
I love her. Give the microphone to me for a second. So if I could go back to Jon Stewart, you know, he's talking about like the Iraq War, like he was saying, speaking truth, and how, you know, whatever, the news organizations, New York Times and such, were actually not printing the truth at that time. So he's saying, what is misinformation? There is absolute misinformation when it comes to COVID. I'm sorry. Iraq War is a totally different beast. People were not dying in the United States of America if they're lied to about the Iraq War. People are dying in the United States of America if they're lied to about COVID. It doesn't even jive. So I found it a very faulty argument on his end. And Jon Stewart, if this ever gets to you, I'm mad at you. Foster, out.
I mean, and you know me, I'm not about, it's like cancel culture and I have a history. But there are things that are.
I was going to move on, and then you dragged me back. Come on, what are we doing?
Move on.
Don't drag it back, baby. You got to pile on. Move on to the next. Go, go, go.
I am Black History, bitch. That's right.
Oh my God. Okay, Summer of Soul. Watched it last night. You just reminded me of Nina Simone. What is the song she sings? Black. I love that. I mean, the whole thing was amazing. Nominated, Gifted and Black. Yes, and nominated for an Academy Award for Best Documentary. I didn't bring that up.
Slightly older, gifted and black.
And Nina Simone. Oh my God, what a performer! Just tremendous. Okay. By the way, Michael.
Yeah.
This is not a good segue, but did you know that Joe Biden is giving out crack pipes?
What? Okay. So let me just tell y'all. because I'm in rehearsal. Hutch and I don't get to talk as much as we normally do. And so he's been adding things to try to throw me off on this week. So, okay, talk to me about this crack pipe thing.
You really don't know this?
No.
Yes, the Republicans are saying that Joe Biden is spending $30 million to give poor people and people of color crack pipes. This is what started, I believe, by Marco Rubio. I think he started the whole ball rolling. And of course, Ted Cruz jumps on because, well, Ted Cruz got to say something. But I have to backtrack as to what is really going on because I think it's actually important. And this is the Department of Health and Human Services. And they are doing a substance harm reduction grant. They have a substance harm reduction grant. So they are giving out these, they call them, what they call them, smoking kits, safe smoking kits to people who are drug users, which sounds like, yes, there very well might be a crack pipe inside. However, not in the safe smoking kits that Biden is giving out. In those, there are, I can tell you what's inside. There are disinfectant wipes. There are rubber mouthpieces to prevent burns and cuts, and brass screens to filter out harmful contaminants. This is what's in the smoking box. However, the Republicans went, how can we distract everyone once again? And so they have literally said that Joe Biden spent $30 million on crack pipes for the poor.
First of all, let's go back to this. Is the same thing that was used to stop the spread of HIV and AIDS. The Clean Needle Program. It's the Clean Needle Program. It's because what we found out after years of research is that HIV was spread through blood-on-blood contact or sharing a needle or things like that. And so, I'm sorry, my hair just looked really good for a second. I caught my hair. I got distracted.
Your daddy's hair.
I got cute. I've lost a little weight since I've been here. Anyway, so the clean needle effect, so that people were not sharing needles to spread HIV. That's what it was. And which was a great thing and is still being utilized to this day. To this day, that program is still being utilized. So what they're saying is like, look, we know you're going to do this. Let's just make sure that if you do it, don't give the person next to you the same little pipe. Y'all suck on that. You both get COVID. You both spread the shit and die.
Yeah, they're doing stuff to keep them as healthy as they can. I'd like to skip to a person, Senator Roger Marshall. Have you ever heard of him? He's a minor senator. Sebastian is yelling in the background constantly.
Did I used to date Roger Marshall?
I don't know. This is what he said. So I have a couple of videos along these lines tonight. I hope I can get to all of them. This is Roger Marshall. And this is after, Cruz talked about this and Rubio talked about this. So he's trying to jump on the back. He's like a little arfing, chihuahua of a senator trying to get his words out. Listen to how he presents himself. It's hysterical.
We got two words for America today: crack pipes. Crack pipes, not crack pots. Did any of us ever think, sitting in our senior year in high school at our government class, that we'd be part of a nation where its government gives crack pipes out as a tool to in just a permissive society? I don't think any of us would have ever thought that our socialistic government would do something like that. Crack pipes. Crack pipes, not crack pots.
I had a little bit of fun this week. They might be awkward and strange, but...
Did you make that?
I made that.
I love that.
I have 2 other videos for us tonight. I'm very excited.
Not crackpots.
Crap pipes. He just absolutely slayed me.
Can you please?
Yes.
You go talk to your brethren? Because this shit's getting ridiculous.
I don't know those people.
Where
do you want me to go? I can walk into country clubs comfortably. True that.
And yet we did it for 24 years together.
I know. So we got to
say this real quick. By the way, My husband, Hutchins Foster, when he brought his black ass husband into the country club, everybody went. But
no, you have to do it like a white person. That wasn't a white person response. You got to do it like a white person. It's more of a freeze. Like, do I?
It's the freeze, and then no, it's the freeze, and then the. Oh,
it's the freeze and then the rise above. Exactly, it's the freeze.
Who
like
here with?
But no, the first thought is that who is that I see? And then, oh, hello.
Oh,
and then you became a novelty. Where's Michael? I want to see everyone to see. No one cared about me. It was all about you.
Anyway, what's next?
RNC. RNC. Is there a song? An RNC song? We didn't talk about this last week. The RNC created a resolution that censures Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger for their involvement in the January 6th insurrection. This makes no sense. All that they're doing is discovering, hey, what's the truth? That's all they're doing. I mean, are we that afraid of truth? Anyway, so they're doing that. I mean, there's all sorts of things. I'm going to show you an image that has been making the press lately. And I like this whole represent thing has been whereas it's that we're going to kick them out, man. But as you can see in the middle where it says engaged in legitimate political discourse. That is the phrase that everyone that is in the news, because as we all know about January 6th, it was not legitimate political discourse. And surprisingly, Michael Shepard,
yes,
the person who is speaking about it is no other than Mitch McConnell.
Well, let me give you my view of what happened January the 6th. It was a violent insurrection for the purpose of trying to prevent the peaceful transfer of power after a legitimately certified election from one administration to the next. With regard to the suggestion that the RNC should be in the business of picking and choosing Republicans who ought to be supported, the issue is whether or not the RNC should be sort of singling out members of our party who may have different views from the majority. That's not the job of the RNC.
Okay, I want to say this. You ready?
Yes.
What was the Lost show we used to watch?
Lost?
The Law, L-A-W.
L.A. Law?
No, the one they talked about, the Waddle.
Oh, that was
Ally McBeal.
Yeah. Where are you going?
I said that boy's Waddle is amazing. I just remember
remember Diane Cannon was the judge that dealt with the Waddle. Remember?
And my thing with that is I remember my mother because she thought she was going to get a Waddle and she would sit for hours while watching.
You did this. No, you did this last week. Now that's repetitive.
Did I do this last week?
You did this last week.
Or was I drinking last week?
I don't know.
Okay, I can talk about my mother. She's not been dead 2 months yet. I can still talk about my mom.
This is where I'm going, but I have to round out. We got Liz Cheney, we got Adam Kinzinger. We had last week Pence spoke out against Trump. Now we have Mitch McConnell. You have what's his face, Kevin McCarthy, running away down the hall, making sure that no one talks to him because he doesn't want to. He's totally doing that. He's like, no, I'm in the hallway. I can't possibly talk. I wish. It's really funny.
Can you come get your people again? Can you? My hair looks so good. Can you come get your people?
Michael, there's a problem in Hudson, Ohio.
First of all, I have friends who are named Hudson but don't live in Ohio. Tell me what's going on.
They're not sure whether they should be ice fishing or not. Have you heard about this?
We'll say no because you're just bringing up random shit.
Yes. So this is Mayor Craig Schubert talking about the problems of ice fishing in Hudson, Ohio.
Additionally, if you open this up to ice fishing, while on the surface it sounds good, then what happens next year? Does someone come back and say, I want an ice shanty on Hudson Springs Park for X amount of time? And if you then allow ice fishing with shanties, then that leads to another problem. Prostitution. Prostitution.
Okay. So my husband says this. So this is what's happening now. Gaslight me with some bullshit. He's trying to gaslight me with some bullshit.
This was in the news. This man is worried that if there's ice fishing, there'll be ice shanties. If there's ice shanties, there will be prostitution. I don't see the link. The last place I think a prostitute would want to go is to be in an ice shanty.
Oh, I think that bitch's name is now Hector Projector. Okay? What in the actual white baby Jesus?
And all the people on the board are like, well, you know, I'm worried about maybe they'll fall through the lake. They're all talking about the practicalities of ice fishing, and he brings up prostitution.
Okay. As someone who personally knows hookers and have for years and years and years, and I will tell you personal stories of my years with hookers, ain't nothing that pisses a hooker off more than cold weather. I should probably say, supposed to say hooker, I should probably say sex worker. And there's nothing wrong with being a sex worker. It is the world's oldest profession. That is how people have taken care of them, made money to take care of themselves and family.
I think I like this. You read that one, Michael.
If she is willing to service an ice shanty, leave her alone, for fuck's sake. That's what I'm saying. What?
And like the police chief of the town is like, we don't have a prostitution problem here.
See, you're
gonna pull that. You're gonna throw this into my court again, aren't you? You white people.
Soy motherfuckers are out there just bringing up random bullshit.
Okay, well, this one actually is real. We got to go into this. I kind of wanted to spread out the funny with the real, but we have "Don't Say Gay," Michael Shepard. This is yours.
You know what? Basically, there's a bill that's about to pass. Hopefully not in Florida.
Well, it passed, just to be clear, the Republican majority in the Florida House Education and Employment Committee passed. It's HB 1557, and it's going to the House.
Basically, we're a little bit short on time. We can talk about it more next week, and we have a little bit more information. But basically, what this law does is that it basically takes the word gay, queer, LGBT, anything associated with LGBTQ out of the school system, period. And so if you have a teacher who recognizes a queer student who may or may not be out struggling, they can't go and say anything to a queer student. In fact, if this bill passes, they have to inform the parents that this student is queer.
They will out the child.
They have to out this child. Doesn't matter
what it does is it puts the power of the what's being taught into the parents' hands. Yeah. And as a parent who has kids in school, I kind of want it in the hands of the teaching professionals in the school. I want them to do curriculum. That's not my job. But evidently they're feeling like they want more control. I'm not quite sure why.
Again, it's Black voices, progressive women's voices, most LGBTQ voices, they want those censored and shut down. Because, and the thing is, and we talked about this last week, I don't care what you do, there's still the fucking internet. There's still Beyonce's internet. And people gonna get up on Beyonce's internet and still talk about what they need to talk about, and are still gonna read what they need to read. We'll have more about this. We are running so long tonight.
No. Stop saying that. I tell you, you cannot say that. If we run long, we run long. It's just who we are. Michael Shepard, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Not only do we have the DC jail, which is the DC gulag, but now we have Nancy Pelosi's gazpacho police. Nancy Pelosi's gazpacho police.
My last silly one. I had to do three. You have to do three.
Let's just be clear.
Nancy Pelosi's gazpacho police.
It is the only time I've ever agreed that I loved gazpacho police. I love the gazpacho police. I might have a little gazpacho later. Okay.
Oh, with whom? With
Just
me? With
idiot.
you? With
She's an idiot. She's a fucking idiot. Stupid ass. Ha! She's the reason why black people moan in gospel.
So, I told you, Michael, that we have way too long a show, and we've been doing cuts along the way. I'm thinking we're ending with your TikTok of the week.
All right, so Black History Month. Read. Talk to your black friends and ask them if they have the capacity to talk to you about black issues. Don't just assume that we are available just to talk because you have questions and you need answers. Ask us, do you have the capacity to talk to me right now about something that's bothering me, about something that I want to learn about? Because guess what? We as black people, hello, are inundated every fucking day with these things. So ask. If these are really your friends, they might take the time to help you out. But don't go into your office and go, random black person who I only speak to during Black History Month, or there's a time when there's a celebration of Martin Luther King Day. Make sure we have the capacity to talk to you. Roll.
This is Sarah Slay Kitty. I don't know her real name, but I love the video.
You enslave black people, but they gain liberty, so you go to war. But you lose, so you segregate black people, but they don't disappear. So you lynch black people, but they form self-defense squads. So you declare those terrorist organizations. But their calls for equality gain popularity. So you shoot their leader, but they don't disappear. So you settle them in houses full of toxic lead, but they don't all die, so you train cops to kill them instead. So then they protest it, and you ask them why they are complaining.
Follow them on TikTok. They're fucking amazing.
What else? Her name's Sarah Slay Kitty. Sarah Slay Kitty.
And I want to say this real fast. Just because you go, but it's Black History Month, it's a celebration of black people. We are still being murdered exponentially by white officers. We are still being hunted down in Mississippi just this week, in the same manner that Ahmaud Arbery was hunted down. We are still being told to sit down and shut up. We are still here. And we ain't going nowhere. And you need to be aware of that. We ain't going nowhere. Period. We are here. And it might hurt your feelings that we are here and that we are more vocal than we have ever been. But understand this, particularly during this 2022 Black History Month, we're going to keep talking, and we're going to talk loud. And I want to say this. Thank you for showing up every week and being a part of this collective.
Thank you.
It.
I have two things. So Brenda said this, which I thought was lovely.
Love Black.
And Jennifer, yet again, on point. I'm not your Black History Month whisperer.
There you go.
And if you want a hint for a movie, it's on Hulu, and that is Summer of Soul. Summer of Soul. I'm telling you, it brings you life. It makes you feel, at the end, I was a little sad because I thought, wow, it felt like we had gone far, then we really backed up, and now we got to go far again. However, it is life affirming. Go see the Summer of Soul. That'd be my recommendation.
I'm gonna have another drink. Play the song, boo. I love you.
I love you.
I don't hear the song. Oh, it's in your ear.
It's in my ear. Wave goodbye, Michael.
Goodbye, Michael. Bye, babies.